Hey guys, how are you doing today? I thought I'd share a bit of a personal story with you today. Now, and it's really about the toxic workplace that I was once employed in. And the problem I had with this workplace was that I was bullied by people in very, very senior management positions. And I know what it's like to have your confidence, your self-worth and your self-esteem knocked for six, because that's exactly how I felt. And things were exacerbated by these people taking pleasure in seeing how bad they could make me feel, in seeing the impact that all of this had on my mental health, my physical and mental well-being, and my job performance. Now, unfortunately, at the time, I didn't have like a lot of guys, I didn't have the balls to admit that I had a problem. I didn't even know that it was kind of a mental health problem. I didn't realize that my stress and anxiety were actually, being pumped through the roof, as it were, and things were getting progressively worse. I had no one to talk to. And quite frankly, anybody that I did speak to or could have spoken to would have needed to have been quite special. And unfortunately, the special person that I needed to speak to was me. Had I been around to speak to me back then, 6 years ago, things may have been different. But obviously I wasn't, at least not in the current role that I have. And unfortunately, the worse things got, the worse my work performance got, the more the impact had on my mental health, my physical well-being, my mental well-being, the more pleasure they took in carrying on this bullying. Now, as I said, that all happened 5 or 6 years ago. And although I no longer have any emotional attachment to those events, I can still remember them, but I have no emotional attachment to them. And quite honestly, I bounced back stronger than ever I was before, which is more than I can say for the people that actually bullied me. I'm still in touch with a few co-workers that were employed at the same time as me. And those, the bullies that were there are having a little bit of a hard time now. So what comes around goes around, I guess. And I guess what I wanted to share with you was that if you're kind of resonating with this at the moment, if issues at your workplace are a bit of a challenge at the moment, you may not physically be in work. You could be working from home. Maybe all of your meetings and your regular supervision sessions, your one-to-ones, whatever you call them, are being done via Zoom or Teams or something. But if all of those things are having a particularly negative impact on your physical and your mental well-being at the moment, know that I have a free 5-day Springboard challenge, which kicks off on the 24th of January. And the whole purpose of the challenge is to help you start to take back control of your life by shutting down your inner critic, getting you out of your own head and into a much more brighter and compelling future. Now, why on earth would you want to know about that? Well, the problem is that your inner critic gets fed by the people around you. So if, like me, you were subject to having a lot of negative remarks made about your work performance, whatever those may be, your inner critic will jump on the bandwagon, to coin a phrase, and will continue to remind you of those things. So if one of your managers has told you that basically you're not good at your job, you need to pull your socks up, there's a redundancy situation coming up and it's likely to be you because nobody else deserves to be made redundant, those sorts of things, your inner critic will jump on the bandwagon and will keep reminding you of those things. So we need to shut down your inner critic. We need to get you out of your own head. And in your own head is where all of these thoughts sit and live and continue to manifest themselves and grow like a, like a bacteria, basically, in your mind. The more you think about these things, the more they spiral out of control. So we need to get you out of your own head as well. And then finally, we need to get you into a brighter, more compelling and colourful future, not only for you, but for your loved ones as well, so that you can all benefit from being a new, squeaky clean version of yourself. So if all of this resonates with you, all you need to do is to click the link with this video, the registration link, and it will take you directly to the registration page. I will do everything else. It's a free challenge. There's no financial commitment from you in any shape or form. The only commitment I do expect from you is a 20-minute commitment, a time commitment each day, just to complete the task, and then to join me at the end of each day, if possible, when I go live in a private Facebook group with the other participants on the challenge, to talk about the stuff that you've discovered about yourself that day from completing that task. Maybe the things that you didn't realize you were actually dealing with at the moment, the things you didn't realize were a challenge at the moment. That's the only commitment. Okay. Previous participants that have taken part in the other 3 or 4 times that I've run the challenge have achieved some pretty awesome and amazing results immediately on the day that they've completed the task. Not weeks or months, further down the line. Immediate changes just from completing a straightforward, easy 20-minute task with me. And these tasks are straightforward. There's nothing complicated about them. So if this resonates with you, click the link. I would love to see you joining me in the challenge on the 24th of January. It's only for 5 days. Okay. And you'll be amazed at some of the amazing and awesome results that you'll achieve during those 5 days. So click that link. I would love to see you on the 24th of January joining me in the challenge. Have a great day, and I will chat to you soon. You take care now. Bye.